or you just love intense action, you would agree that The Boys is nothing you've seen before. The mind-blowing show has surely had more than it bargained for in terms of viewership, and the gory scenes are just a few of the reasons. In one of the recent episodes, an Ant-Man reference was made. Stay tuned to find out. First up, the explosive Ant-Man tribute. In the third season, the show delivered one of its most powerful sequences to date. In it, Termite, a superhero with dubious abilities, falls in love with a party guest. Since things are heating up, Termite makes like Ant-Man and squeezes into his partner's urethra for some explosive climaxes. Things don't go as smoothly as planned. Just as the mini-hero is about to face off against Frenchie, Kimiko, and Butcher of The Boys, Termite sneezes and reverts to his previous size, splitting his companion in half from the inside and leaving the mini-hero shell-shocked. Craig Rosenberg, who wrote the episode, is responsible for both the large dead whale in Season 2 and the dolphin that crashes through the windshield. This feels like a completely unplanned idea. Craig claims when the name Ant-Man was thrown about, the comment, "Oh my god, there's that meme going around about why didn't Ant-Man just crawl up Thanos' butt and blow him up," was made. We figured why not give it to the people watching, because we can do it and Marvel can't. Then another hand went up to say, we previously did an exploding butt in Season 1, and once butts are eliminated, there are only 2 viable orifices left, at most, and the mouth is the most uninteresting one of the 3. What you get is the urethra in this process. Now that we are done with that, it's time we talk about the new super everyone is talking about now, Soldier Boy. Here are the most popular questions about this controversial superhero. So what kind of torture were the Russians putting Soldier Boy through? In the 4th episode, Butcher is seen leading his men in an assault on a Russian base in the hope of discovering the secret of a weapon with the codename BCL Red. Butcher believes this weapon is what killed Soldier Boy, making it the team's greatest option for ultimately taking Homelander off the table. However, it seems that BCL Red is Soldier Boy himself. Soldier Boy has been used as a test subject ever since he vanished in 1984. It appears that the purpose of these experiments is to push his already outstanding abilities to even greater heights. Even though he is already the equivalent of Captain America in this version, Soldier Boy also appears to have some elements of the Winter Soldier weaved into the background of his story. Formerly revered in the United States, he has been worked on by scientists from the Soviet Union as a terrifying weapon of destruction. You may even draw parallels between him and Wolverine, who was an experienced killer before being transformed by Weapon X into an even more lethal version of himself. At least, such is the conclusion that can be drawn from the action-packed climax of Episode 4. We are still not entirely clear of the goals that the Russians had in mind when they carried out their actions. However, one thing we are sure of is that he must have gone through lots of serious torture. I mean, no offense by this, but the stereotypical Russian is not a good guy. Next, will Soldier Boy be able to win against Homelander? The powers of Homelander may be similar to those of Superman. However, unlike Kal-El, he does not have a weakness. Not a physical one anyway. To the best of our knowledge, there is no kryptonite in this reality that is capable of nullifying Homelander's abilities or rendering him defenseless. He is aware of that fact, that he is far more powerful than any previous superhuman we've witnessed, which is an order of magnitude greater. The question that needs to be answered right now is whether or not Soldier Boy is the only person who can compete with Homelander in terms of pure power. Before 1984, the response would have had to be a no in that scenario. Soldier Boy was without a doubt Vought's most spectacular innovation in the early years of the firm. Nevertheless, he never showed the same level of strength and invulnerability as Homelander. However, because he has received a boost in power, it is impossible to estimate how much stronger Soldier Boy has gotten. We can only hope that by the time the season comes to a close, we'll have witnessed the epic confrontation between Homelander and Soldier Boy, in which we will learn whether or not the strongest man in the world can endure the full force of Soldier Boy's energy blasts. Having said that, The Boys was just picked up for a 4th season, so regardless of whether or not Homelander makes it through the impending showdown, the team's mission will not be over just yet. And now, what exactly occurred in Nicaragua, and why? The 3rd episode includes a flashback to Mallory's time spent in Nicaragua, during which we get a glimpse of how the Iran-Contra scandal developed in this parallel universe. This flashback sheds light on why Mallory has such a strong aversion to superheroes, but it does not answer the issue that Butcher posed in its entirety. What exactly took place during that botched mission with Soldier Boy, and how did it go? According to the official account, he was slain in battle by a mysterious superweapon developed by the Russians. However, all that we witness is a chopper taking off with what is presumably the lifeless body of Soldier Boy. It is very evident that there is more to the story than even Mallory is aware of at this point. How did Soldier Boy become incapable of fighting? What circumstances led him to being taken into Soviet custody? Was it just a case of Vought losing custody of their most precious asset, or was the decision to hand over Soldier Boy to the Russians part of the larger master plan? We already have quite a few questions about the show, and I highly doubt that they will get all of our answers this season. There's nothing we can do but wait and see how things turn out. By the way, if you've been enjoying this video, drop a like and hit the subscribe button to become part of the club. So why didn't Kimiko heal? Kimiko is the only member of the team who possesses permanent powers that were born with her, even though both Huey and Butcher are currently experimenting with V-24. The assassination of a Russian oligarch in Episode 4 showcases the full scope of her superpowers, both in terms of strength and healing. However, we see the limits of such skills when Kimiko sustains terrible injuries at the hands of Soldier Boy. The most natural question to ask in this scenario is why Kimiko's healing powers aren't aren't having any effect. Considering that she can shrug off a bullet to the brain, why is it such a big deal if she gets burned? Is it possible that the sheer magnitude of the explosion prevented her healing power from taking effect? Or is it possible that Soldier Boy's newly discovered energy powers not only damage objects, but also nullify the results of Compound V's use? Were the Russians developing some kind of assassin that could go up against Vought's massive army of super soldiers all by themselves? If that's the case, then we can't wait any longer to see Soldier Boy take on Homelander. Just thinking about their encounters already giving me goosebumps. If Soldier Boy's powers were developed to be effective against supers, I'd love to see how Homelander deals with it. Of course, I don't think anyone comes close to defeating him anytime soon. Finally, will Butcher and Huey be stopped from using V24? The boys are providing concrete evidence that the cliche that absolute power corrupts totally is correct. Both Butcher and Huey have given into the lure of V24 and exchanged their souls for the promise of a super-powered hit. Both of them have now been corrupted. At this point, the ethically compromised Butcher is not much of an improvement above the monsters he is fighting. Will both these characters continue to fall to their lowest possible points? Will they continue to look for the high that comes with a dose of V24 while convincing themselves that what they're doing is for the greater good? Will Kimiko's injuries serve as a wake-up call, or will they cause them to become even more obsessed with the idea of fighting fire with fire? There's of course the additional difficulty that Butcher's meager stock of V24 has been depleted entirely at this point. He took one vial for himself and handed the other two to Huey. If either character wants another fix, they're gonna have to figure out how to steal a supply of what is surely one of the most heavily guarded drugs in the entire world. There's also the ongoing debate on whether or not the side effects of V24 are as transient as they are said to be. It is possible that either one or both of the characters would see a permanent increase in their power, which would just bring the program closer to being in line with the comics. Well guys, we have come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, drop a like and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to turn on the post notifications so you don't miss out when we post videos.